have been doing calligraphy for about 23 years, I suppose. I was a funeral director at the time when I took up calligraphy. Before that, I was a nun for 39 years. And I wasn't going to say that, but Donna encouraged me to say it. And I've since retired in the last 4 years. But I took up calligraphy as a kind of relief because I was a funeral director. And this was a wonderful way to get away from the grief and the sadness of people and for me to cope. This is a song by Bob Dylan. And I did this one here on Australia Day. I got all enthusiastic one day. And I love the Sunburned Country by Dorothy M. McKellar. So I decided to make a kind of a carpet of different kind of lettering. This is an art that's lost. How many times, or how long is it since you've written a letter? How long is it since you've received a letter? This is a close-up, just to be able to see. It's italic, and it's just showing the different styles. It's pretty daunting to start off with a blank piece of paper. This one here was, it's words to express feelings. And we had an overseas tutor, and she gave us lots of ideas, and I thought, I'd love some of those ideas. So that's just simply torn paper with words, different size circles and words about feelings. I saw a rainbow one day as I was going to work, and I thought, So I couldn't get home fast enough, and all the time at work I was thinking of these images. Fortunately, I didn't have a funeral that day. But I was thinking of all these images that were in my mind of how I would execute it. During the recent bushfires, I decided to, try to capture some of those magnificent colours. I know it's drastic, but the magnificent colours of a fire. And so I decided to I thought it did look a bit like a fire, and I wrote the words upwards. This is a shell, and I've got one here to show you. I do little books as well as doing big pieces. I wish they could hold that. You did say it was 20 seconds. And that's just a sample. This one here is the art of illumination. Now, these letters were made in Bibles and royal documents many, many years ago before the printing press. And I love doing them. Here's one executed with some of the... what you do is put lots of goo, a special goo, and then you put the 23 karat gold leaf, and then you paint, and then you do your writing and your decoration. This one here was a commission I had. It's a Moby Dick from Moby Dick, and the lady asked me to do one for her husband for Christmas. I have a habit of doing two things and two of the same thing, trying to do them different ways. And I'm left with that one. Purple, 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 that's a fun poem. When I'm an old woman, I think I'll wear purple. So, I just wanted to experiment with that. And when I took it to the framer in Sydney, she just, decided to do it with that kind of frame. To be or not to be, that's interesting. I love Shakespeare. It's interesting, though, the red spots on it, I only wanted to put little red spots. I made a big splash. This one here is Hallelujah, the song that I heard There Is a Secret Chord, which when you find the lyrics, it's rather interesting because they're based on a biblical story. And you don't hear that when you're singing the Hallelujah part. This one here has a story behind it. I had to do a background for an assignment at a class. I took it to the teacher and she said, "That's horrible. You can't use that." So I folded it up in disgust. I got it home and I thought, I love that. So I just wrote a whole lot of random water words on it. I sold it at Blackhead exhibition when I had an exhibition a couple of years ago. This here is a different gifts. Because I have loved life, I shall have no sorrow when I die. I have sent up my gladness on wings to be lost to the blue sky. This one here also, this is number 2 of this one, another commission I was given. They wanted the song Turn, 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 and that's how I did it. I put the first one in the Royal Easter Show and won $50, which was first prize. This one here is, again, 23 carat leaf gold. If music be the food of love, play on. And they are versals, the ancient versals. And, I love doing those, and so I decided to put a bit of music in it. This one here is the very modern take on The Lord's My Shepherd. We often see that with illumination. And I wanted to do something more modern. I saw something similar with another kind of prayer, I think it was, in a journal that I contribute to, and that's what I had. That's what I came up with. And then to finish off, I had this background, and I wanted to do that Sanskrit quote, "Look to this day, for it is the very life of life."